Right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol NIO, NIO Inc. And before I jump in, I do want to state some things. Welcome to all first-time viewers. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. Hope you guys find this video informative and helpful. And at the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up of another video. It's in regards to how the S&P 500 has been reacting in the last couple months, in the last couple days, and the dates of the Federal Reserve, public information from the Fed, right? Um, and the most reliable resource, which is the Federal Reserve itself, announcing the dates of the pumps. And I explained how those dates of pumps have a reaction and an effect within the day before, the day of the pump, and the following day after that in regards to how the market moves and how it's been moving. So for all my subscribers that haven't had a chance to watch that video, I encourage you guys to watch through all the way to the end so you guys can click on that button. And for the first time viewers, I encourage you, before jumping into my channel and looking at all different videos, which I highly encourage you doing that as well so you can look at different charts, look at that video. I hope that you guys find that super informative and helpful. I don't want anybody to miss out on that free information right there. And to all my subscribers, I want to say thank you for always engaging in conversation, helping one another, and just always supporting and giving me feedback. Thank you guys so much for everything. So let's jump into this chart. Obviously, support was down here from yesterday at 1323, and resistance level was broken through. And the most significant thing here for NIO was how this resistance level was turned into support, and from that moment forward it took itself in this direction. So now what we want to see is how will this ending result of a tug of war leveling off, right, in a leveled off position, will this continue to go in its upward direction, or will this hang out and probably fall? So we're going to have to see what resistance levels and support levels to look at for tomorrow now. So let's zoom in and see what is bound to happen. There's that and level of uncertainty, right? But one good thing is it's staying above the 50-day moving average, which is way down here. And it definitely used the resistance. It broke through it several times in the day, and then finally it used it as support, and it took itself off to a new level of resistance and new levels of support. So that is some interesting stuff and good stuff for the bulls in their end. Now let's go ahead and see these new levels and points that are significant for tomorrow, right? So I want us to keep in mind the 50-day moving average is important no matter what chart you're looking at, because as long as it stays above it, it's bullish, and as long as it stays below it, it is bearish. So that is significant information. So here we are with the 50-day moving average of 1374. As long as this stays above it, which is at closing price today of 1389, bulls are in full health, and they could be well on their way to hitting new resistance levels. The next resistance level is 1408. So this is the highest point this reached today, and it got rejected from there and leveled off. But one significant thing is that as soon as it got rejected and leveled off, you know, it fell from 1408 to 1402, and then slowly fell to 1389. So it wasn't like a terrible rejection. It was just maybe people taking profits, or just even that jump was enough for them to say, I'm getting out, you know, with the uncertainty of what's to come tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. Um, Sell-off starts to tend to happen, and maybe even Friday. So some people are kind of like saying, you know, I was already in earlier this week, somewhere around here. I want to get out. So certain little things happen, but you can definitely see how the bullish run started to form, and it's been on its way. So they can definitely use this. The bulls can use this as a staircase to continue their run. So first I want to break through 1408, use that as support, and then they can break through new resistance levels. On the other end, we have the bears. And the bears, if they break through support, obviously at this point, this support is below the 50-day moving average, and that is showing us that the bears are gaining control. So 50-day moving average is 1374. If that gets broken through, 50-day moving average was already broken through and it's on its way to newer lows. Now, two things can happen. If this breaks through it and it falls anywhere in this area, yes, it's in bearish territory. Yes, it fell below the 50-day moving average. And yes, the bears have gained control. But just as easily as bears gain control, they can lose it. Because if they don't keep it down here and break through newer lows and other supports and stay strong in that direction, the bulls can take advantage of the price and go ahead and bring this one back up. So that is something significant to pay close attention to and see how it plays out if it gets to that point. But before it gets there, I want you guys to know this significant number, 1363, write that down. But before it gets there, there's also another point of reference that is really close to the closing price, and that is 1385. If that does not get broken through, um, obviously the bulls are having some leverage to continue to take off from here in this direction, but that is still significant number because even if it doesn't get broken through at some point early in the day, but the closer it gets to it, it could be well on its way to hitting the 50-day moving average and even falling down to newer lows. But keep in mind, way down here at $13.62, was it 62 or 65? I think I said. I think it was 1362. If I said 1365, whichever number I said earlier, because sometimes when I move these, the numbers are not as accurate as when I post them. But it was 1363, 1362. Anywhere in this area, be very mindful and watchful because it already costs the 50-day moving average. But way up here is very significant and important as well. So keep those numbers in mind, 1384. And the closing price was $13.89. The reason why I want you guys to see this number really closely is so that you guys can really have some point of reference between this being broken and then the 50-day moving average. And if this gets broken, 50-day moving average gets broken, then you want to go ahead and take a look at this number down here. So like that, you have all this window of time to make your own rational decisions as investors if it was to go in this direction. Now, if it's going in this direction, 14, um, 14, let's click it here, 1408 is significant, right? Because if they use this as support and they break through newer highs, the most important one to break through is way up here at 1450, right? And then the second most important one is 1452. So in between that window of 1450 and 1452, these are the highest points this stock reached in the last recent days, right? And before I stated in my videos, up here at 13 and some change and down here at $13, those were significant points to be broken through and new highs will be met. And that's exactly what happened. And right now we're seeing it that it's staying above it. As long as it could stay above it, this could work on its way, but it will want to break through 1452 to see newer highs, and then it can be well on its way to the highest point of the stock reaching 1446. So we'll definitely keep an eye on it. Keep those numbers in mind. I hope you guys found this informative and helpful. If you guys learned something new, subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button for me to let me know you watch this video. Share with your friends and community. Don't forget to do that. That really lets other people receive this insight. And I help other people. I help you guys. And then by that way, you guys are helping others by me helping you all through these videos. So I really, really encourage you guys to do that. And I appreciate when you guys do that because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys. Use me as a tool, a research tool on your daily decisions. But obviously, as we play out the day, at least you have these cues that I gave you, all this information overall of the chart, and you guys can make your own rational decisions as investors, right? No emotions involved, just charts. And thank you guys so much for watching. And Don't forget to click on the button when it comes up, that last video that I was speaking about regards to the stock market and the S&P 500. Check it out. I know you guys will find it informative. I highly encourage you to if you haven't already. And let's make some money.